Look at this little 75mm lens that TTArtisan have sent to us. Thanks, TTArtisan.
It's f2, it's small, it's very reasonably priced, and it's autofocus with metal mount. You can't go wrong, can you?
Let's see.
Let's take some pictures then. Specification times: full metal body, 340 grams, metal mount. You can upgrade the firmware via a rear cup that comes with it. 9 diaphragm blades, which will give you a nice swirly bokeh. But the most important thing that you need to know about is got autofocus motor, which makes this lens, you called it, autofocus, at $178. All right, so in terms of close focusing distance,
75 centimeters, right?
thank you, Becky.
You're welcome.
Because Becky is our macro specialist, so she knows all this. This is the only spec she's looking at when
All I'm interested in.
she's buying a lens. But this is actually quite normal to all pretty much 75 and 85mm lenses. So anything between, let's say, 75 centimeters to a meter is kind of a normal thing to that. But it autofocuses quite well. It's not snappy, super fast autofocus, but it does the job. I would call it normal speed. Bokeh is nice and swirly. It's not a clinical rendering. It's more of a kind of a character rendering. You know, the aperture is nice and clicky as well, which is a rarity nowadays. $478. Okay, so we're gonna do some tests. The usual f2, 2.8, f4, 5, 6, and we're gonna check for sharpness and vignetting. So we got f2 nailed down. Now I'm gonna figure out how Becky uses her camera. Okay, now we're at 2.8. There's a nice light in the background. Becky is holding her breath. She's not laughing at all.
I'm trying.
No. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, yeah, single focusing point. The sharpness works really well between the shots. That's good. So I can see that even at f2, the sharpness is actually surprisingly good. So if it nails its focus, then actually the image quality is there. And yes, by f4, it's definitely improves quite significantly. By 5.6, you'll get the best sharpness, basically.
Good.
Now, in terms of vignetting, let's just have a look at that. So yes, definitely quite a significant vignetting at f2. Gets a little bit better at f2.8. And then by f4, it basically disappears. Normal performance for normal prime lens, isn't it?
Now, obviously, I'm in a wooded area surrounded by things that I want to take pictures of. It's a bit dark. If only I had a light. But I do. Ta-da! So this is the little TTArtisan cold shoe. It's magnetic. So you just slip the little cold shoe on like this. Boom. And now I've got some light. Look at that. Now I don't know if it's going to reach that far, but I'm going to try. We're a bit close. Needs to be a bit further away.
Do you want to point it towards the image you're taking, or it might help?
Thanks. Wow, look at that. So not only did I have my little TTArtisan light, but that was really sharp. I was not expecting it to be that sharp.
Well, I think this light is actually going to be pretty good as a fill-in for small objects, isn't it? Because it's probably not that powerful for like a full-on blown people, real-size people.
No.
If you see what I mean. But as
and
a light fill-in,
I'd like to be able to get a tiny bit closer. However, ooh.
That's an interesting way to hold the camera. It looks comfortable.
As someone who doesn't really take a lot of portrait work, but I like the ability to have a prime lens that can do that, this is a really nice option. A, because of the price, only $178, but also because although the focusing distance at its closest is 75 centimeters, that's really nice to do some detail shots, to do some fill-in. If you were, for example, an event photographer and you didn't want a portrait lens as part of that package, then you could have something small and light like this in the bag. It is surprisingly sharp at f2, so I'm overall really, really impressed with it.
Did we say $178?
I think we said it a few times. If you like this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. Obviously, you can't get your lovely TTArtisan lenses from Grazer Westminster, but you can get them where all good TTArtisan lenses are sold, online basically.
Yeah, and they're in the links under this video as well. That's the thing.
There's also super thanks as well.
Yeah, that's a good way to support the channel.
Thanks, bye.
Got a mortgage to pay.